all of a sudden, you want to be ghost or power. You know, you want to do this. And I come home one day, I open up my linen closet. There's a safe there.
A safe?
Mm-hmm. I see all these towels. So I'm like, what is going on? What is he doing? Where's all the towels? Oh, you need to find somewhere else to put that. What?
In your house?
My house.
You got to find someplace else to put your towels.
My towels in my house.
But the safe, it just came in?
It just came in one day. I came home from work.
And there's a safe in your linen closet?
In my linen closet.
Okay.
And my towels had to go somewhere else.
Didn't put the towels? Didn't find no place?
Didn't find no place. They were just strewed all over the bed. Not even folded the way I had it folded.
Okay. And we know she's very detailed.
I'm very detailed, very borderline OCD.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up. I said, "What's in there?" Nah, you ain't gotta worry. I ain't gotta worry about it. And I'm like, I remember that night. How would my mother feel about how I'm living now?
Mm-hmm. Because you know she wouldn't have tolerated that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I was like, you gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Go. I had packed up some stuff and I was like, I'm gonna give you time to figure out where you gonna go. And I came and stayed with my grandmother and aunt in South Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy Towers management called me and said that my said boyfriend there, because I said that he had to go, he trashed that apartment. He trashed everything that I had.
Let me just say this. So when you said you packed the bag and left?
Yeah, I took my furs and stuff like that.
Like
I left.
You left because you were being courteous.
Courteous.
Okay.
I was giving you
the
space
time
and
to do it in private.
Right, to do it in private, so it's not a whole big brouhaha, you know, because your brother at the time was affiliated with one of our other good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to be respectful
mm-hmm.
and not make a big scene of it. And mm-hmm. plus, I was tired of doing that 2-hour commute.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going, and at the time I drove out. I had a car and
mm-hmm.
everything. I was driving at that point. So I packed up enough stuff because mm-hmm. I knew I was going to move to Jersey at that point. I was like, I'm just going to, you know, my family is in Jersey now. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to figure out what I'm going to do next from there. But when the building called me, mm-hmm. and told me he trashed it because the neighbors must have heard him.
Okay.
It was trashed. Like, trash. Like, he went in there with a baseball bat and everything that he bought, or he thought he bought, he destroyed it. Everything. The only thing that he could not touch that table because that table is solid marble.
Yeah, I just bumped into it. Yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna have a black and blue
solid marble. Uh-huh. He could not touch it. It had I have another, you know, mm-hmm. Condenser, and I had something. He took some other stuff. He whatever else he trashed, he did. Okay, thank God they did not make me charge because he did not do any damage to the walls.
Okay.
Or doing things
Did
like
they
that.
ask to come in and see it?
I had to allow them to come into
see what a maniac did in your home.
To see a scorned lover. Ladies, pay attention. Follow the signs. A scorned lover for that.
Had he ever showed or displayed anything like that before?
No.
That would make you think
he
would be this way?
never abused me or nothing. Okay. But when I had took some stuff of his, mm-hmm. and it wasn't money and it wasn't, this, but I did take some jewelry because mm-hmm. I needed some collateral, and
just in case you leave like a fool, right?
Yeah, I took some jewelry. I took everything of pure, good value. I left material, mm-hmm. couches and stuff, but he destroyed all of it. Mm-hmm. He destroyed all of it. so much that I had to let the building come in and expect, this, that. And at that point, I had told them, I was thinking of moving or at least subletting, because I was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to leave at this point. But I was able to get free, leave.
Did you ever find out what was in that safe?
No. But I knew it was dirty.
Okay, and we're going to leave that there.
Yeah, I knew it was dirty.
Because if it's a safe coming in my home.
Unannounced,
no conversation, and you don't want to have a discussion, and it's in my home,
no, we gotta part ways, because I don't know what you're doing. Your lifestyle is not conducive to me anymore.
Are you in law enforcement that there's a gun that needs to be in a lockbox?
Is this dirt? Is it heat? Is it what? What's going on?
Because it can't be here with my name here and me not know. Because then now that's on you.
Comes on me.
Right.
And I was like, I know better.
Right.
When you know better, you do better.
Right.
And I was like, no. So that's how I moved to Jersey. That was the cherry. My family had moved already.
Right. You knew you were going, but not like that.
But I wasn't ready to go like that. And I moved to South Orange. South Orange is a lovely town. That's how I got into my church family and all that. My church is in South Orange. But that was the best decision ever. And I think that's
a way to leave. That's one way to leave.
Yeah.
And never saw the person again, spoke to the person again?
No, and we cool now. I saw him. His sister brother passed, and he'll text me every New Year's Eve. Between Christmas and New Year's Eve, he gonna text me. But there's no hard feelings. It didn't work out. And it didn't work out. I dodged a bullet.
Pay attention to the signs, lady, because sometimes you're not that fortunate.
No, you're not.
Because they don't want to let go.
I have known some of my friends. It wasn't like that.
I'm glad that was a bullet you did dodge.
Yeah, law enforcement and stuff is involved. No, love ain't like that. Love is not supposed to be like that. But when you see signs that you went to work and there was a linen closet and you came back and it wasn't.
Sometimes things have to go full circle and you're able to see the person and that is maturity. Because it's not, we were that age then, that happened, we're over it.
But that relationship showed me so much about myself that it's okay to walk away. It's okay to be alone. It's okay.
Say that again.
It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be happily single. It's okay.
Because people think they have to be stuck with somebody because they don't know who they are.
And you're miserable.
Right.
I know a lot of miserable married people. No, that's never been me. But that taught me, no.
So then I will ask you this. When you say, so you did the relationship, and you see where it turned. Some people feel, and I know people who feel like they want to be in a relationship because they want kids. Oh, I want to be married. I don't want to be in love. I'm not in love. I just want to get married for the ceremony. They don't want everything else that comes with it.
Right.
And
they want it to have
I want you to speak, because what I find too, and I'll say this, women who are successful, women who are doing well, women who can stand on their own 2 feet, and not just in stilettos. And then the man comes in and he sees this. I can't speak for a man.
Right.
But in speaking to other women, the consensus is, I don't need him.
Right.
I want him.
Right.
And for some men, that's not enough.
That's not enough.
Like if you put me out today, I'm still fabulous, and some men can't handle that. For you, is that like, does he have to bring the same thing to the table? My ultimate soulmate, life partner, husband, he would have to have his own. We're in our 50s now. Right.
Yeah, I'm 50. I'm at 51.
I'm 48.
plus plus. But
I know I said I'm her big sister.
right, but
I'm 48.
you know, you have to have your own at this age. What are we doing?
And we have to, you have to do it in a way that it works for you.
And you have to have your own, you know, having someone that's, you know, have no kids. I don't have any kids.
Is that important for you? If he has kids,
that's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
Because
everybody has a life.
but
Everybody
some people
has a
at
past.
our age are still with
No,
girl.
Everybody has a
life,
past,
right.
and a life before you. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Right. Okay.
It's totally fine. I've dated men that had kids before, and that's your responsibility. Your dad. They call you dad.
Right.
You know, I'm here. I'm your girlfriend or whatever. You know, but no, I don't have a problem with that. I never had a problem with men.
But
that
they
have
have to
kids.
come
But
correct.
they have to come correct, and you have to have that situation in a good standing. You know, that doesn't put any harm, any strife, or any stress on me. I live in a very zen, peaceful.
I told you
spot.
that when you feel it. As soon as you
I'm
come
very, very zen, very wusa. Don't the rah rah in me. Now I am a Scorpio, so I can be a little stinger at times when provoked, but at this stage of life, no. Have your own. Be at peace with who you are at this stage of your life. God fearing, want to travel, want a good meal. I'm an excellent cook. I love to cook, and I've come from a whole lineage. And we'll take pictures, and and I'll show you some pictures of them. These ladies taught me Sunday. You make a Sunday dinner. That is where I was raised. So I cook. I even cook even more now that we're in still in the pandemic. But I love to cook. So be open to that, and be open to travel when we are able to travel safely, without any restrictions or state or jurisdiction restrictions. But have your own life, your own family. I have a lot of chicas and a lot of friends and stuff, and not be jealous and inferior. I've dated men that have been jealous of me.
And that's the point I'm making.
I'm like, how you gonna be jealous of me when you're doing good?
Need women to just solely rely on, need, and worship the ground they walk on. Build me up and praise me.
And I'm like, you should already be secure in your spot.
Right. But when you met me and you saw all this fabulousness, you
what
already
was your
knew.
What
Did you think someone provided it for me? And sometimes that can present if it's a person who is not secure within themselves.
I met a guy 2 weekends ago, and it was in a outdoor group setting. It was a fire pit and everything, and he was like, "Oh, Zillow me." Zillow you? What? Is that
What's
the new
that?
line? Oh, you got it. I could show you what I'm sitting on. I was like, see.
And did we go to the other food station?
Right.
Did we go to the other fire pit? That
Really?
was
That was his line. Zillow me.
okay. Okay. We're gonna end on that,
Right.
Mr. Zillow.
Zillow.
I can't believe somebody said that.
Zillow.
Talk to me about, because I know when I speak to you, you were part of church, and you was on the board.
I was on my ministry. I was a chair, director of the Shepherd's Care Ministry that supports the FASA and the First Family.
I bring it up because how you stand, how you walk, just when you were talking about coming in and being of peace.
Yeah, peace still, tranquility. It has a lot to do.
There's different stations throughout the house that when you go around, there are areas that you can actually sit in and just
be
totally and not be interrupted by sound, but not want to be interrupted by anything. and just become like I'm very comfortable here. But you have to be grounded in something.
You have to be grounded. You have to be grounded. I've been a member of First Baptist Church of South Orange 25 years, you know, or more. So at some point, as Pastor always says, you should be in some ministry at some point. At some walk on your faith, you should be. And I was asked, can you do this? We want you to do this. And it's just, you know, planning and doing things of that nature and helping the First Family where they are and for events and things like that and whatever the pastor and First Family would need. But it came more of taking care of their events. It was his anniversary, her birthday, his birthday, things of that nature.
So was it, and I'm asking because I don't know, I'm asking. And there are people who don't go to church, so I'm asking from a standpoint of, for me, if you tell me you're a part of a ministry for a church, I'm thinking your role is to present for the church. In those roles, it sounds like you're presenting for their personal needs. It
wasn't their personal needs, but when you're part of the church, the parishioners want to honor the pastor
and keep them on high.
And the First Family, you know, especially pastor's anniversary.
Okay.
His birthday.
Because it is celebrated in the church.
It's celebrated in the church.
Okay.
So these are the parishioners and they have a committee or ministry that would facilitate that.
Okay.
And that's the role that I kind of serve. Not really. He does, you know, they have people that kind of help them in an assistant type of role. But that wasn't our ministry.
So it's a big parish.
It actually is a very small quaint. It's probably a total of 750. But it's small, little church with the red door on the corner, and it's home. It's home. I love the pastor and First Family. So I did that for about 4 years. And I was also on the treasury ministry that was more of entering tithes and offerings and things of that nature. But that is a lot of work.
On top of everything else you're doing.
Everything else that I was doing. And at this point, when I was doing that, I was auditing hedge funds. And 4 times a year, if anyone knows a true audit, you have no life 4 times a year. It is nonstop, hands-on, because they have to issue their financial statements. And if it's a public company, they issue a Q or K 4 times a year. And it's like 6 weeks of your life you don't have
on shutdown.
I'm on shutdown. So to have that on top of that, I was burning the
both
candles at both ends. And what happened to me is that you just get fatigued. You get fatigued. You get you start neglecting your own body. And you know, at that time, like my fibroids were out of control, and I had to have surgery. You know, and I had God just stopped me. Boom.
Because He probably gave you messages. Be still.
Be still, and I wasn't. I was moving in church, and minds were so bad that it was leaning on my bladder.
What did you feel? How did you know something was wrong?
I knew something was wrong because my stomach was lopsided. That was one clue. Second, it was leaning on my bladder, so every time I would PMS, I'm like a piñata and And I had waited so long because I knew they were there and I knew they were growing, but they had calcified. They were like rocks in my belly.
You wasn't in pain?
No. It was like, you know, your normal cramps. And they were, you know, and cramps, you take Motrin, you're good. But once, you know, I was like, all right, I'm going to get rid of them because I can't, like this the pain, the lopsided is sitting on my bladder. I was like, something's wrong. Yeah, the wrong was they were rocks. That was wrong. So yeah, I had them removed, and because they were calcified, like I was in surgery for like 7 hours, and that was a big surgery. That's a huge surgery. I don't have kids, so it's like having a child. I was down.
Now, who was your care team for you?
My dad.
Okay.
Patricia. Pat.
Yeah.
She would cook, came, help me. My chica, Rochelle, Lash Gallery Rochelle, came, stayed with me. Nicole, oh my God, Nicole was at the hospital for me because I had to stay overnight. They came, made sure, helped me up, down. Diane was a former nurse. Now she's a big time, $1 million real estate broker at Compass. But they came and helped me. My girlfriends, Jackie, Manisha, they came through. The village just came through and helped me, helped me out immensely because I got steps all over the place.
I see.
Steps, 14
Wait, you were
steps
still in your room?
I was in my room.
But you stayed up there?
I stayed up there, and then they would bring me food and stuff. But when I was able to come down, I would come down because you need to.
Right, you got to move.
You got to move.
Right.
You got to move. But at that point, I told the church that
what you was going through.
What was going through, and they called, but this is pre-COVID. They could have came.